Let me hear y'all say, feed the city! Feed
the city!
Feed the city!
Feed the city!
That's what's up. Psalms 139, verses 13 through 16. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well my frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be.
Yes.
If we apply the laws of science, we find that cold doesn't exist, it's just the absence of heat. Neither does darkness exist, it's just the absence of light. Heat, light, two characteristics of our sun that adds to how life on this planet is molded. So in the absence of our sun, our very souls will be frozen. But you see, his absence is actually backed in our purpose, because we were just born from the dust of this earth, and apart from his wholeness, we're just surface pictures of worthless victims, children of wrath, fear, and hollow templates. I mean, even common human anatomy states we operate on a nervous system. So we're already biologically flawed since birth, with the case of Adam's syndrome, genetically impairing us, cursed and hell-directed, a damn syndrome, blackening the light of who we were created to be. Humility's cloth torn from how far we've fallen, the garment of obedience burning from how far we've fallen, and the fabric of our purity ripping from how far we've fallen. Young men today, dancing with the harlot of the night, compromising the woman of wisdom and lights that he's graciously given for us to be with, loving our secrets, rejecting the person we get to wake up to each and every single day, just to find someone or something to sleep with. And I'm not exempt. I'm not exempt. I'm a witness to how thorns become noticeable once the rose petals from the beds of our minds are removed. Witness to how guilt arrives with her sister's shame and their brother fear and their mother defeat, trying to remind us of the family of flesh that we were naturally born into, leaving our identities dumbfounded. I mean, at the time before we made those mistakes, there was a little bit of peace in how those soft emotions sounded. That moment of pleasure, a moral escape, dropping our guards, no wait, dropping our pants, no wait, dropping our skirts, for what tastes like heaven, but for heaven's sake, even heaven itself is abstinent. Don't you see gates surrounded? Who have you let inside your heaven? Who are you letting inside? So now there's a whole bunch of broken homes with their locks snapped, their contents are broken and invaded and intruded, and there's so many that were under construction, but now they're under their graves with no repair. They never knew a repairman to fix them. No, so, and us as alive, we try to sell these broken homes for closure. I said, we try to sell these broken homes, that's foreclosure. And we try so hard to fix ourselves, not knowing what tools to use. Not knowing what tools to use, so we try so hard, and there's a familiar song that plays in the backgrounds of the fences from these houses that we pass by. Another song, the tune of a man defeating himself, trying to understand a woman, and the woman friend-zoning the right guy for the wrong man, becoming the wrong woman for the right guy every time. Treating their future spouse as a lottery, possibly making God's plan for them a mockery, and we have the audacity to look up at God like, hey, yo, God, these instruments of righteousness weren't tuned properly. What'd you do that's wrong with me? What hypocrisy? Serving an always available God at our own convenience, claiming we're so rich in the blood of Jesus, but we act so anemic. My God, the hypocrisy is unreal. We're so flawed. We're so depraved. We're so emotional. We're so flawed. We're so desperate. We're so desperate for comfort. for relief. We're so desperate for freedom. We're so desperate to be free from ourselves because our own natural minds will keep us enclosed in this body of flesh. But just when you think that there's no way that any hope can come in, the norm is broken and the gates opened. The gates open. And there's a guy that's walking up. He's been scarred very bad. He's obviously been through a lot. But he looks like he hasn't even been touched. There's holes in his hands. He's trying to reach for me, but I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to open that part of my life up yet. I think I can still do it. I think that there's got to be a solution somewhere, but he keeps coming. He keeps coming as if he has the key to these gates of my heart. All of his keys are the same. It's like he used them for all kinds of different houses. It's like I can't stop him from coming. This flood of grace now encompasses my being. This whole time I didn't realize the simplest thing that I need to be thankful for is grace alone. Not knowing how precious his blood was. This man who went up on this hill, and dragged his own cross for me. That cross was the key to my heart. That cross was the key to unlock all the depths of my own foolishness, my own selfishness, my own stubbornness, my own pride, my own ignorance. And I try so hard to keep him away, but he still comes. He still comes. Is this the repairman I've heard about? Is this the Jesus that I've heard so much about? Is this the Jesus that died for the history of mankind? Is this the Jesus that died for generations and generations? Is this the Jesus that is going to put his cross through my heart and pierce it like his body was pierced, redeeming and cleansing mankind? Is this the same Jesus who is the gatekeeper that went through the gates of hell and back and stole those keys and claimed the victory for all of eternity? This cross is unbelievable. I can't believe it. Okay, I'll let you in, Jesus. You have permission. That cross was universal. And the most glorious words, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."